I manage a team that runs the company's social media compliance program. We have analysts. We utilize Nextgate as our compliance vendor. They produce reports and give us kind of a trigger point, a starting point in terms of what our registered representatives are out there saying on social. We have a fairly streamlined policy, but it also alerts us to things others are saying about us, helps us with brand protection, and allows us to bring a full circle to our social media compliance outlook.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you face from a social media compliance or securities perspective?
So I think day to day our process and our procedures regarding our program are pretty streamlined, but our challenges really involve changing functionality. Facebook changes its API regularly, and it may make it challenging for our compliance vendors that we utilize to interface and collect the data that we need to use as a starting point for our research and our analysis of what our representatives are doing on social. Changing functionality I think would be the biggest challenge, and then changing regulations where we have to actually alter our procedures, how we react to things, and keeping up with that. Those would be the biggest challenges.
Mm-hmm. And have you quantified the potential impact of those risks in terms of dollar cost, resource cost, or brand impact?
I think that the biggest thing we've quantified is the potential brand impact. It's hard until you get a complaint to know what a fine might be. Certainly we hear about what happens to others in the industry, and so that's why we stay so vigilant with a compliance program. And it's challenging because people want to be able to put a dollar amount to something, but we know the importance of a compliance program and putting the money into maintaining it, both from a headcount and a vendor perspective. So we haven't been able to quantify it, but we understand that the risks could be almost exponential because of the volume of social that continues to grow.
How has the implementation of a technology stack helped mitigate risk?
Well, we utilize tools both for putting out social information as well as monitoring what's happening socially and looking at what third parties are saying about us from a brand and imaging standpoint. So it's been critical for us. And from a compliance standpoint, which is my primary focus, using a tool has allowed us the ability to eliminate a lot of the social noise and really hone in on what we need to focus on to make sure we're meeting our compliance obligations.
And what would be your top recommendations after putting together this program?
I think for anyone who's new to social media compliance or even a social program, it would be go with the flow. Never think you're going to get caught up, and be ready for change because it changes regularly.